Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about the 3-day trade. Okay. Um, this is something that, Stacy Burke talks a lot about, the 3-day trade, waiting for the bigger setup um, for the bigger high, bird's eye view, right? Instead of chasing the candles, he always talks about that. So, let me just go over some of the things you can use the profit takers dashboard to identify these 3-day trades. So today, it's already Friday, okay, in the trading world. All right, but technically it's still Thursday for me right now. It's in the evening. The markets have already, changed hands. It's already the next trading day. So these examples I'm going to show you are already showing a 3 peak formation high or 3 peak for. Do I have a 3 peak formation low here? No, we just have the high so far, but we do have some that are setting up for the 3-day trade. So anytime that I see a 2 peak formation or 2 previous day break, those are your 3-day trades, right? It could be a trend continuation or it could be a reversal, okay? So let's look at some of the ones that played out, right? We're going to go start with the ones that played out today. They were the 3-day trades. And just another thing, guys, the way he counts, right? Monday's always day 1, Tuesday's day 2, Wednesday is day 3, and it also resets to 1, Thursday's day 2, and then we start over. So Monday's the opening range of the week, Friday's the closing range, okay? So with the indicator, the new peak, right? So basically, there's the weekly. Let me just not skip around. There's the weekly template. There's the 3-day cycle, right? Because every third day is a trade, basically, right? So if you look on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, it would be technically day 3, and this is where prices created, extended, which was on the Tuesday initial balance high. They extended the range from Monday, right? And once it did that, then we had, again, 1, 2, 3 reversal trade. Okay, so you look at it that way. So now we have this new peak, all right? So the new peak is set in. So, this technically for me, I would count that as 1. This is how I learned with BTMM. I don't know if he even counts it that way, but I believe BTMM would count because this is how the indicator is initially made. I might make some changes to it, but the indicator is initially based off of BTMM count. So this would have been a 1 peak formation. Actually, it would have just been a new peak. It would have not said anything. And this is the part that used to just really just challenge me because I was like, man, how do you count this stuff? So this would be a 1 peak formation, and this is a 2 peak formation. That's why I was saying on the dashboard, you're going to see the 2 peak formation highs or lows, and that's representing a day 3 trade because it's 3 days from the peak, right? We just said 1, and this would be 2 and 3. Right, so just remember that you see a 2 peak formation high, that's 3-day trade, and you can just come to the chart and use your eyeballs and you'll see it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, right? This is a 3-day trade, right? Like I said, this is the bigger setup that you would often would look for, right? So oftentimes day 2, right, of the 3-day cycle can be a choppy mess. And this is actually the day this peak would technically confirm, right? And this would be, your first red day, because then you would see prices closing below. So here's the open, and then boom, prices close below the open. So that confirmed this peak. We're good. So the third day is a day we're looking for this trend to continue. And then beautifully, it gave a beautiful drop, today, Thursday, right, in the Asian session. Now, this is the Asian pair, technically Aussie dollar, You can play around with it both, U.S. session sometimes, and then sometimes, look, it didn't really do much for the U.S., but definitely Asia and London was where this trade happened. Because tomorrow, technically, there is news at 9 o'clock Friday morning, 9 Eastern. However, the U.S. is closed for the holiday, so we're gearing up to a huge holiday, a 3-day weekend, and then of course when we come back to the charts next week, some explosive moves are. We're looking forward to those explosive moves. Okay, so that was an example. I'm not going to just show you one. Let's go look at another one that was a 3-day trade today. Euro USD. Again, boy, they just I love it when they just are in sync, right? And they're just like both chop messes, right? As you can see, the open and then boom, the close, and then here was the trade for the continuation. Beautiful 3-day trade. That's the way you can look at it. That's the way you would want to look at it. Let's look at another one that finished today. Of course, looks the same. All these were Asian trades, guys. All these were actually, they're all Asian pairs. So no, go figure. All right, so let's look at CJ. This one is supposed to set up for us. Now, here's one example here. So we had the new peak one. We had a beautiful day 2 trend trade though. This, I always say day 1, when we get a new peak formation, I always do this, guys. I always measure the previous day high and low. And I have this 50% mark here that if I can get the right tool right here. Sorry, guys. I will measure that range and I'll just push it out for, the 3rd day as well. And that is going to be the area where I'm going to look for price to either respect, right? If I'm looking to go long, I'm looking for it to, one, give me a high on the inside, right? Higher high on the inside. That's another big thing right here that we learned, So we have our first high of the day, right? And this is technically where we want price to push through. But the high on the inside, this is the clue right here for the long trade. So we see that it's going to dump and then boom, it's gone. Okay. So this is a great day 2 trade, right? This is day 2. Okay. Cause this was 1, and it's also a confirmation, right? That we are going long, right? It would be a signal. So, tomorrow, right? I'm looking for this. I'm going to wait. This right now is our high. So I'm really looking for this to continue on up, right? And give us the continuation, right? So right now we have, it already broke. So this was the high. So it already gave us our 2 highs to be broken, right? So all it needs to do is either respect it or not. Right? That's just the only 2 things I'm looking for. I want it to either continue to break the high that it just broke from yesterday, right? Or it's going to get resistance. It's going to do 1 or 2. It's too early for me to tell right now. We still need to let price do its thing, right? It's either going to do this, boom, or do that, right? Or is this... let's see, this market did break out. Look, so we're just going to wait and see. Okay. So that is a trade that's setting up. How about that? Let's look at one more. Let me take out this tool. It's in my way. Oh, we have a dollar CAD tomorrow. Okay. So today we had a new peak high today, and it did close below the open. So that to me confirmed it. So tomorrow we're expecting this thing to drop, expecting a day to continue with the drop for tomorrow. Okay. So let's go ahead and this was the yesterday's high and the low. So it could do a stop hunt into this area, get close to it. Sorry guys, I'm being a little slow. There we go. Um, so it could definitely come up here, guys. I don't know what it's going to do. It can definitely come up here. And this is the open range low. So that would be lovely. And then come back down. Okay. But if this thing totally disrespects this day 2 trend trade, right, then it will come up to this area and then go that way. All right. So right now I don't have enough information, but I'm definitely looking for us to break this low tomorrow. Okay. Or maybe it will happen in the earlier sessions because, like I said, well, actually, it's just really that, I don't know. Let's see. We might get some movement. Don't know. Do not know. But definitely on the earlier session, I'll, London, Asia, London, I'll be looking out. Okay. All right. So that is it for now. Don't want to keep you guys too long, but that's how you can use the indicator for your day 3 trades, right? And how you count, right? It's very important with the count. So remember, Monday, is day 1, Tuesday's day 2, Wednesday is the reset, day 1 to 3. Now, you've probably seen in my videos, when I count mine a little differently just because it's ingrained in me on how I used to count. And I just showed that to you all just a few moments ago. Let me go to this particular pair here and see if I can show you real quick. I still have it in my mind. Actually, this will be a 5 because this particular broker counts Sunday, right? They have Sunday on here, and therefore it counts it as a day. So that's why this shows 6 when it should be 5. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So 4 is usually my reset to the 1. That's how I just look at it, because if it's just ranging like this and doing nothing, right? I just start that as my 1. And did it barely, it like barely took out the low from the open range all week long, right? And then so as you can see, it's following the day, the weekly template, right? So now we have a reset to 1, 2, and then 3. Okay. So when I learned that Stacy Burke has the reset, or was counting Wednesday as a reset, that's when it just dawned on me that, I was counting for, infinity, right? But you don't have to do that. You just reset it. So then you're expecting, price to break the lows 3 times. Like right now we have one break, in the middle right here. It finally broke. So I just counted over again. And that's how I look at it. Okay. I try to just keep it simple, because otherwise you just can get lost in the sauce, and we don't want that. All right. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.